Welcome to the Nightly Rant
with
your hosts, Mike
and Torya.
This is the show where we examine society from a sarcastic point of view.
If you like insane conversations, this is definitely the show for you.
Let's get into today's topic. YPN people, I don't know about you, but I love helping out a friend. That's why I want to shout out my friend Brian Little and his podcast, Your Favorite Blockhead. This is the only show that manages to weave together peanuts and MMA into one heck of an amazing podcast. You can find Your Favorite Blockhead wherever your favorite podcasts reside and at yourfavoriteblockhead.com. Do me a huge favor and listen to Brian's show. You'll be entertained and you'll help out a friend. Now, as I said, let's get into today's topic. So, our first Halloween here in Las Vegas was interesting because, one of the things we love to do here is to go watch live music at Fremont Street. So naturally, that entire weekend, we would have this instinct of like, hey, let's go watch music at Fremont Street.
And then all the bands were doing all the things.
And then we'd look at each other and go, Halloween weekend, not happening.
They had those free tickets to that place on the Strip to see
Adam Lambert.
There was something else on the Strip we wanted to do.
And we were like, Halloween weekend.
There was the hockey game on Sunday that I would have liked to go to.
Yeah, and we had just found out like a week before Halloween, we had just found out that like you could go to the games on game day and potentially get $30 seats.
Really
seats. All in random places throughout the stadium. Yeah. And so we were gonna try it. And then we went, Halloween, never mind. Exactly. I mean, it's just crazy. But what I was going to say was, Halloween was interesting here, because people really embrace it here. Like, they get dressed up, they do crazy things. On
a big level.
What I remember seeing after that weekend was seeing Velvet Elvis played, and they were on the stage. That must be the very far away stage, the First Street stage, right? The one that's by the Golden Gate, because it's the only one that has
Street stage.
Which is the one? There's only one that has a long row of people walking towards it,
that's the
and
Main
people
Street
to left
stage.
and right. Okay, so
the one by the barbecue food truck.
Yeah, that's where I
Main
think it
Street.
is. So it was packed in front of them, packed for a long ways going. I mean, there was so many people there. And like they dressed up like the Addams Family, which I think is hilarious.
I have big love for Addams Family and big love for Velvet Elvis.
That was just too funny. And so fast forward a bit, right? Mm-hmm. And you read this thing here.
Yes, in amongst all of the fantastic pictures of everyone's Halloween costumes on Facebook, I discovered this heap of bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And I have not heard this or read this yet, so we're gonna listen to this together, guys, first. So we'll be reacting at the same time.
I only read him the title. And that was enough to have him in. Okay. I'm not going to read you guys the title, though, because it ruins the whole thing. When it comes to naming a dog, owners can spend hours reading through hundreds of options before the perfect one stands out. But one man has been left outraged after being ordered to change his dog's name because a stranger in a shop didn't like it. Venting to Reddit, the man explained how he named his dog Anya after the character in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But he started calling her Onion after once slipping up and saying her name. He said, "This is a bit of an inside joke with my family. I have a dog named Anya. One day when I was calling her inside, when she was still a young puppy, I said Onion by mistake and she came running. It's kind of been a running joke in my family that we call her Onion instead of Anya." She responds to both. Kind of like our dogs respond to like all 17 million nicknames we have for them. His dog's nickname was nothing more than a family joke until a woman took personal offense to it when he visited a pet store to pick out a new toy for his precious pet.
Hold on. They're complaining about a nickname?
It gets more ridiculous.
A nickname. They're complaining about a nickname. Boy, I have, 2 words for them. It kind of rhymes with rough cough. I have a million nicknames for all of my animals. Literally. I assign them based on important events that have happened between them and me. I just do. I call her Saris because she used to roar at me all the time. Roar,
Yeah,
roar.
like a little dinosaur.
And so I call her like a
And
little
she'd
dinosaur.
come at you with the feet.
Yeah,
she
I
still
just
does.
call her just a little dinosaur, and that's why I call her Saris, you know. And then I call her
Dog, diggity dog.
and I call her Breast because she's a beast.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's stupid that people make fun of people having nicknames. Now, will I admit that I think it's stupid that I give them a billion nicknames? Yes, I do. But I like it, so oh well.
It's our dog.
Yeah, I get to do that. So okay, continue. I wanted to make sure that I understood.
So I was in Petco with my dogs picking out toys for their Christmas and getting some kitty litter, he said. A kid maybe about 14 came up and he was picking out a toy for his dog. He saw mine and asked if he could pet him. I don't mind and let him pet my dogs. He asked their names and I say, oh, the black one is Onion. I just let it slip out of habit. And the black and white one is Pippin. The child couldn't help but laugh at the dog's name, saying, Onion? That's a weird name for a dog. In response, the man said, did I say Onion? Her name is Anya. When she was a puppy, I called her Onion by mistake. It's just become a running joke. After correcting himself, the man heard the sound of a woman clearing her throat before starting up a conversation about his dogs. Enter Karen.
Mm-hmm.
He said, she was nice at first. She asked about my dogs, and we just chat for a minute, and then the kid tells her about how I call Anya Onion. The Karen said, why would you name a dog after a vegetable? That's inappropriate. And what kind of name is Anya? Wouldn't Princess do better? The man politely told her Anya is Anya before walking off to continue browsing the pet products. But as he was walking away, he heard her shout, no, you will name your dog Princess. It's a good dog name. I can't even read this with a straight fucking face. I turned back and Karen continued to whine about how Princess was such a good name for my dog and how she deserves her more than I do because I named her a horrible Russian name. I paid for my things and I just left. That's it. I can't. The audacity of this person to berate this poor man for having a dog named Anya who he calls Onion. Do you know that I'd be like, my response would have been, just shut the fuck up. And I would have promptly walked away. Like, leave me alone. It's my dog. You don't get to choose my dog's name.
Yeah, since when?
It's not like my dog is named something inappropriate, like, look here, motherfucker.
Exactly.
Which you wouldn't want to say in public,
right.
You know?
Well, and the whole thing about she deserves the dog more than you do. What the hell? Who says? You decided that you deserve it more? I don't think it works that way. No, I don't think it works that way. No.
So the mirror.co.uk posted this. So they're I'm going to use finger quotes. They're a news agency.
Yeah.
So
like TMZ is news.
They're kind of more like HuffPo.
They're like TMZ
some
is
news and some bullshit. This obviously falls into the bullshit.
Don't even want me
don't
to
get started.
No, you don't.
You don't need to talk about their political leanings.
Biased, bleeping news organization out there.
But you know what I mean. They talk about quote unquote news and they talk about fluff. This was clearly fluff. But so they're reporting on this because it's flabbergasting this woman. Like, no, your dog should be named Princess. Well, suck a dick. Like, get away from me. You go adopt a dog and name it Princess if you think it's such a good name, you stupid psycho.
Yeah, exactly. You want to name a dog Princess, go get your own dog, and then you can name your dog Princess.
Right.
See, because you get to name your dog. You don't get to name my dog.
In my head, this story continues. I can just envision how this person, Karen, reacted to the dude leaving, paying for his stuff and going.
She probably ran out after him.
And then probably called animal control and was like, this man's abusing his dog. Its name is Onion. And animal control was probably like, ma'am, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, we can't come out for that, man. I mean, dude, when we lived in that place and that dog was on the 3rd floor on the balcony where it could jump up onto the wall, and it would jump on the wall and stand there.
And then come into our
balcony. And I wasn't allowed to report that. That wasn't dangerous enough.
And it barked. it was so upset. I can't fault the
Poor
dog.
baby. Yeah, I
it was
know.
upset.
It was a sweet dog.
They left it out there for hours and hours and hours. Like, I think the longest was like 12, and it barked the entire time.
Yeah, the poor dog.
The entire time.
That poor dog. But that's the kind of thing,
Right. So that was
Psychos.
That was the most asinine thing I read today. And not gonna lie, there was a lot of posts on Facebook today about the shenanigans on Fremont Street last night and how people were offended that there were so many other people. People were all scared because there was people in like Jason costumes. And I was like, this is all the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. Then somebody called it Freeman Street, and then, of course, they got mercilessly mocked in the comments.
Oh, God.
The amount of ha-has I had about that were pretty great. And all of that, and this was the most asinine thing that I read today.
But, how do you not understand that Fremont Street is going to be cuckoo crazy
Oh, I know.
on Halloween?
Oh, I know.
How do you not understand that? I mean, we just started this whole episode, so we're going completely back in a circle to the beginning, talking about how there were many opportunities for entertainment at a more adult level this past weekend.
So,
And
Mike,
what did we do for entertainment? We watched Jake Paul miraculously beat Anderson Silva. I actually watched to see Jake Paul get his ass kicked, but instead, I have to respectfully admit that he held his own and did win that fight. Crazy.
I paid like 4% attention.
I know you did, but the point is, we didn't
So,
go out because of what? Halloween. So, people, come on. It's Halloween. What do you expect?
Mike, you, person A, should not go to Fremont Street on Halloween because I want to go and I don't want it to be too crowded. That's effectively what these people are saying.
Yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah. You're right.
Can you imagine how hard it would have been to find parking in Neonopolis?
Well, that's why you just don't go. I mean, why would we? I understand why if you're visiting from somewhere else, why you'd go. I get it. You're only here for a little amount of time.
Right.
But could we go this weekend? Sure, we could. And guess what? It would be a lot less crowded.
Could we go on Friday night and go see Velvet Elvis play the exact same set we would have seen them play?
Why
could
go?
we wear Halloween costumes while doing it?
We could.
We could. It's Fremont Street.
Yeah.
As long as you don't have a knife or
They don't
another
care.
weapon, you can do what you fucking want down there.
Yeah, they don't care.
Right.
So it's that we're now part of the culture here, and so you just stay home.
Right.
So if you live here, don't complain about that you went and it was crowded. Just shut up.
The exception I may make to that rule is New Year's Eve. Maybe. I'm considering maybe being interested.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
I could be interested, and I don't even know that I'd be able to talk you into it, though, so it's like a fleeting thought.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be able to talk me into it.
You know what would be interesting?
Even with my most openest of minds.
If we
I don't see
got
how
in
you
our
talk
car
into it.
and we drove our car to Dutch Bros and paused the car in the Circle K right there parking lot, we would be able to see the strip firework display perfectly behind the Stratosphere.
I'm going to be willing to bet you that many other people have figured that out, but
What I honestly, I think you could do it at almost any intersection between here and where you turn to go to that steakhouse. Because at all of them, you can see the Strat perfectly in the middle.
Yeah.
So
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. And you could see it from here, and it would be pretty cool.
It would be. So maybe we'll do that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to use my GoPro to get the scene as it goes off, That's perfect for that. It's an action camera, so it's supposed to capture, crazy motion and whatnot. So, but anyway, here's the thing. Final thought. final thought. People just see things through their own lenses. Period. The end. And that's why our side, when we agree on something, we look at the other side and go, how could they possibly believe that? Well, it's their perspective. And it kills society right now because where everybody's kind of split down the middle, and we end up with crazy people like that, like you said, who are, I don't want you to go I don't want you to go to Fremont Street because I want to go.
Right, and I don't want it to be too crowded.
And so, it goes back to those people. And I think those people need to rethink what they're doing because it's just about Christmas now. I mean, a couple more days is going to be Christmas.
Sweet hell, do you know how excited I am for Christmas? I love Christmas. I've always loved Christmas.
Well,
we've already celebrated my birthday that you won't tell when was.
Nope.
And now we're going to Christmas in our new house with our doggos. Yep. It's good stuff,
so,
man.
It's been an interesting first real holiday, I would say, is Halloween, because we were here for 4th of July though, weren't we?
Yes.
So then it's actually the second real holiday.
But we didn't really do any 4th of July-ish things, did we?
No, because we had scared dogs.
Chicken McChicken shit?
And double the problem was, if you remember, new location too. We didn't feel like they felt comfortable.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's all I got for you.
Well, on that very festive snowman-filled note, happy holidays and good night, everyone.
Still a bye-bye, Santa. Thank you for listening to the Nightly Rant.
If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or Google Play.
If you didn't enjoy the show, please just ignore that previous request for a rating.
This has been a Yogi's Podcast Network production.